In the UK government's infinite wisdom of allowing people to open their homes to Ukrainian refugees, it seems that very little thought had actually gone into that plan before it was unveiled. The United Nations Refugee Agency has now stepped in to ask the UK government to stop single British men being matched with single or lone Ukrainian women seeking refuge over fears of exploitation. Hello, is that Dinah Bride? Yeah, I'm going to have to cancel my order. Yeah, 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 I know I was keen, but something's come up. I'm not going to be able to accept delivery of Anastasia, Katerina, Oksana or Svetlana. What do you mean no refund policy? Following claims that predatory men are using the Homes for Ukraine scheme to target the vulnerable, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees says a more appropriate matching process could be put in place to ensure women and women with children are matched with families or couples. The suggestion from the Global Refugee Agency follows reports that Ukrainian refugees, predominantly women and sometimes accompanied by children, are at risk in the UK of, shall we say, intimate exploitation to try and keep some monetisation. Currently, the government scheme allows British hosts to link up with refugees themselves, leaving tens of thousands of people to resort to unregulated social media groups to make contact. Yeah, like that was never going to happen. In a statement, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees said there was a need for adequate safeguards and vetting measures to be in place against exploitation, as well as adequate support for sponsors. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees believes that a more appropriate matching process could be put in place by ensuring that women and women with children are matched with families or couples rather than with single men. Matching done without the appropriate oversight may lead to increasing the risks women may face, in addition to the trauma of displacement, family separation and violence already experienced. A 32-year-old woman from Bakhmut, I don't know how to pronounce it. As you know, I struggle with words. But a woman from there in the Ukraine who has been searching for an appropriate person to match with in the UK wrote that she had received suggestive messages from men on Facebook Messenger, and that I was approached by one older guy from London who said that I would have to share a bedroom with him and was asked if I was okay with that. A journalist posing as a 22-year-old Ukrainian woman from Kyiv found that within minutes of posting a message on the largest Facebook group for UK hosts, she was inundated with inappropriate messages. Some men lied about having several bedrooms in their one-bedroomed homes, whilst others proposed sharing a bed. I'm laughing, not because of it's... I'm laughing because it's so obvious this was going to happen, but the UK government just did not see it. Or did they? In its statement, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees also raised concerns about the repercussions should the original UK host prove a potential threat to the safety of the refugee and the 6-month minimum duration on the Homes for Ukraine scheme. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees believes that appropriate training and information are needed to ensure that hosts make an informed decision when applying to become sponsors. Housing a stranger in an extra bedroom for an extended period is not, for some people, sustainable. Well, it's a bit more sustainable seeing as the government are paying how much per week? Doesn't that make it a little bit more sustainable? When asked to respond to the United Nations High Commission for Refugees' request for an intervention on intimate exploitation of Ukrainian women, a government spokesperson said, "Attempts to exploit vulnerable people are truly despicable. This is why we have designed our Homes for Ukraine scheme to have specific safeguards in place, including robust security and background checks on all sponsors, both by the Home Office and local authorities. Councils must make at least one in-person visit to the sponsor's property, and following guests' arrival, they have a duty to ensure the guest is safe and well." We've also partnered with the charity Reset Communities and Refugees to fund and provide a matching service for sponsors and refugees to ensure that matches made are suitable, safe and successful. Tinder. Get them on Tinder. Well, it'll save taxpayers fucking millions of pounds, wouldn't it? Get them on Tinder. This service will vet eligibility, assess needs, and provide training for sponsors to ensure they can support the people they host. Now, if this doesn't show just how little our government cares about people and cares more for its image of, oh, look at us doing something good for Ukraine, then I don't know what does. The whole thing is not about saving people's lives. It's about what can we do to make ourselves look good in front of the rest of the world. Well, Bojo, like many things that you've done recently, it doesn't quite look like it's going to plan now, does it? If I was you, I'd start boxing up my stuff in number 10, because I find it very unlikely that you're going to be there for too much longer. Big thank you to channel supporters, one and all, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.